When the revolution comes.
When the revolution comes.
When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, some of us will probably catch it on TV with chicken hanging from our mouths. You'll know it's revolution because there won't be no.
How your week been going?
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm bliggity, bliggity, bliggity black, y'all. Black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black. It's Black History Month, if you didn't know. Even though we celebrate Black History year-round on this podcast. That's right. It is February 2nd, the day we're recording this. But the day it comes out, it'll be February 5th. So, no, 4th. Because today's Wednesday.
Okay.
So if today's the 2nd, then tomorrow's the 3rd, which is Thursday, which means Friday is the 4th. Sorry. Look, it's been a long week already, y'all.
Yeah.
It's been a long week already.
Rain got me.
And I made it here by the grace of God. Whew, hallelujah. Salvation and glory
and honor
and power. Woo! Okay, that's not this type of podcast. I think
can be.
Look, because when the spirit consumes you. Whoo! Anyways, I ain't gonna play with him like that.
I can't wait to see you.
When I get like an old lady, they gonna be like, Sister Barna Williams down there cutting up, and I'm gonna be weak. You don't know my story.
I'm gonna be weak. I want you to know.
I'm gonna have a testimony every Sunday.
Be serious, but I'm gonna be weak.
I'm gonna have a testimony every Sunday. Okay.
You might be serious, but I'm gonna be weak as hell.
And speaking of testimonies, because I feel like we should just get right into it. Because the people seem to enjoy these. Apparently, that's what I'm hearing. That's what the word on the street is. Power Book 2 Ghost. Two Ghost. Once again, you see my edges, they're frailing up because every week they just
this episode was good too. Yeah.
And the season finale is coming up this week, and I just don't know where I just don't know. No, I'm not ready.
Okay, so let's start with Mecca, because I have never trusted him, and I'm not surprised that he is a snitch.
First of all, let's unpack that.
I knew it.
This man is a rat for the government. That's why he is so rich.
Yeah.
That he's a rat for the government.
It makes sense to me, because he just kind of like appeared out of nowhere.
I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie. When they got that file and he started, I was like, what? I just thought he was like Lobos or something. Like, like when a real high profile drug dealer that they don't be on the corner.
But also, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he was like trying a little too hard to prove himself. You know what I'm saying? Like making like such big examples out of everybody.
Just and like,
or like what was it? One of them first episodes when he choked that guy on the sofa and like
he does like to kill in very like extreme fashion.
And he always do it in front of people to like prove a point. And so it just feel like, I don't know, military like to me. But also, what was I about to say? He came in and immediately got to work. Like he came in, like in the first episode, he was already like putting things in motion to fuck with them. So that's what made me like, And then all this time, Mary J. Blige in this whole situation.
Which I told y'all she was going to go back up there and lay up with that man. Yeah. I knew it. I told y'all.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only place she got live.
I figured she would. But the whole time he been doing this, he never like revealed to her that her son was working for him, which he been knew. Yeah. Like that he knew everything about Zeke and all of them. Like I feel like he was probably the person who had them people shoot at them. Like I don't even believe. I think everything he does is real like calculated. It could be he did that so she get mad at her husband and then she trusts him. Like I just feel like everything around him is a setup.
It's definitely something in the water, more than what already is in the water with them. Now, have you heard the rumor on the streets that Mecca is Ghost's brother?
I heard that, but I don't believe it. I don't know about that. If they do that, the writing gonna get real.
He did not kill Tariq.
Yeah, but Tariq had him.
He could have got. Tariq ain't no big dude. He could have. The way he's slicing niggas up and
it ain't that he couldn't have killed him. It's that he don't know who he told the information to.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you can't. do that if you don't know,
the
with the other
story.
hand.
You right.
That's why I'm saying Tariq had him.
Okay.
But
speaking of killing, do we think Miss Bougie as I like to call her,
Lauren?
Yes. Do we really think she done gone on to the upper room
to be with the Lord?
To the upper room.
The upper room. When Jesus.
Because I don't think she dead.
Nah, I kind of don't think she did, but at the same time, Effie wasn't playing with her ass.
One thing about Miss Effie, she gonna ride her. She gonna ride for hers, and she loves Tariq. She don't want to admit it, and she don't want to say nothing, but she loves Tariq.
When I see Effie on the show doing stuff like that, that TikTok when they be like, "That's not your nigga."
That part.
That's not your nigga.
Look, you out here killing bitches, and that's not your nigga.
You really going out your way for somebody who ain't even claimed you yet. And he openly still talking to you about this girl. That's what pissed her off for real. It ain't even the fact that she was about to snitch. Mm-hmm. I think it's the fact that she know he cares about her. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, if she hang out with all them niggas too, so like she could be implicated. Mm-hmm. But they ain't got no evidence of her doing anything for real. True. Like so far, they don't know anything about her unless somebody just told on her. But no, she should have stayed out of that. And then she did all that and went right back and got in the bed with him. Crying. It's like, girl, that's not your nigga.
Crying.
That's not your nigga.
Crying.
If he wanted to be, he would have been.
Yeah, and he's still fucking with homegirl who playing the fuck out of him. Homegirl, she deserves all the awards for this season. I can't stand her ass, but Little Miss Mama's is acting her ass off. Miss Diana. Sweet. Yeah, she playing it. She came in there crying. My mama, everybody mad at me. And then got the call.
I think they both think they playing each other. Cause he probably still doesn't know that she knows he invited her to the court case to get her out the way while they was doing the
she
shit
told him. She said something.
She told him to Tariq.
Yeah. Or no, she said that to Drew.
She said that to Drew. See, that's what I'm saying. I think he probably still thinking like, I'm gonna keep this going. You know what I'm saying? Because I need her, and then she need him. So I don't think they both just playing each other.
Yeah,
they both just playing each other.
It's a whole lot.
Zeke, he just.
First of all, Zeke, stop singing. I just don't.
Ain't no hole in my blood. Ain't no hole in my blood. Ain't no hole in my blood. Oh, you see what you wanna see.
I just gonna be real with you, cause they didn't shoot straight with you. But the real man in real life that's playing Zeke, I don't know if 50 said your character about to get killed off. I don't know if there's something else going on at home. But the music's not it, bruh. It's not it.
Hey, let me hear one more. And I want to see him sing. Okay. Anyways, I was surprised that they actually, not surprised, but kind of that they actually killed Carrie off. I was like, okay.
I don't like how they kind of like, so
I don't like how they did it either.
Yeah, so, because I ain't gonna lie, they made this whole to-do up out of Jabari Reynolds. And homegirl didn't even get a memorial. It was like the bitch died. Okay, let's move on.
And then what about Lorenz Tate doing that shit to his brother to protect his own?
That nigga he greedy for power. That nigga want power. He don't care. That nigga throw a baby in the fire if he know it'll help him get along.
Cause the guy was like, oh, I heard how you did your brother in court. He was like, oh, he'll be all right. He didn't lose his job.
He was like, he's smart.
He's smart, nigga. He'll be all right.
That's how family do, I guess.
But I do love how he handled Tariq. He be like, boy, give me the damn picture.
Lorenz also fine Tate.
I love him.
He don't be playing with the fuck around, okay?
Nah, he don't.
He don't be playing. I'm trying to think of fucking Brady and what's his brother name?
Oh,
what's the other white boy name?
I don't know, but his brother,
the snitch, the real, he gonna wind up dead.
I knew that was gonna happen if they ever came to him, because one, he don't like Tariq and them. He already know they doing the drugs. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna tell, and they did that shit.
Kane gonna kill his ass.
Yeah, as he should. But at this point now, Brayden kind of needs to go too. And Brayden doing typical white people behavior where he could have just told Tariq, hey, they have you on a wire. He could have kind of dated the Lauren situation a while ago. Okay? When the girl came to him at his dinner table with his daddy and said, y'all gonna testify, blah, blah, blah. He should have told him then.
No, what he really could have saw this a long ass time ago when Kane came up to the dorm looking for him. Because remember, he asked him, has Kane been up here looking for me?
Yeah.
And he said, no.
That's his problem.
That whole interaction where Kane met Lauren and all of that, he never told him about.
Ever. He don't tell him nothing, apparently. And I guess he doing it because he feel like Tariq don't tell him nothing.
But he don't even know anything.
He don't. And Tariq ain't never put him in a position that's like compromising. Yeah. Everything that he does actually affects him. Mm-hmm. So I know now he probably gonna do whatever because he gave his dad's picture to Lorenz Tate. But like,
your dad probably deserves that.
Oh, it's not his dad. It's his dad's friend.
No, his dad's in the picture too.
Yeah, his dad in it, but I guess he ain't. Because he was like, your dad gonna be fine or whatever. It's not even that bad for your dad. So,
yeah, I'm not surprised. White people
typical white people behavior.
White people gone white people.
If he had nipped out that in the bud, they could have been like figured that out. And now that damn girl had to die. I actually feel bad that like she might be dead because she's so naive. She really didn't like think she was doing anything wrong.
It's
like
the fact that she still
don't know. That's why I feel bad about her dying.
I feel bad about her dying because she should have never fucking wore that shit in the first place. She should have never got involved. I would have rather told my mom and daddy that I got caught with some little shits in my dorm room than
she's stupid.
Started working with the police. Like that would have
that was very stupid.
I would have just been like, Daddy, Mama, life been hard. I didn't even take the pills, but somebody offered them to me and I thought about them, so I took them and I put them in a drawer.
Not life been hard.
I mean, college is college.
Or say she was having fun or whatever the fuck. But
you know, them type of parents will fall for the life is hard more than I'm trying to have a good time.
She just, I don't know. But I feel bad.
I feel more bad for Carrie than I feel bad for. And I only feel bad for Carrie because, like, damn, the nigga got a whole 5-episode memorial, long, drawn out investigation. She didn't get shit. They said that bitch hung herself.
I ain't feel bad for her.
See you later.
I knew her death.
Story, though.
I knew her death was coming. I just didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought one of them would end up killing her.
I think Mary J still has something because first of all, they lied about that whole little situation when Zeke asked her, "Hey, did you have anything to do with Carrie's murder?" And she said, "You know, I would never do nothing like that to you."
I came straight over here.
And then she was like, "I was with him," and then he looked and he thought about that shit for a second, and he was like. Yeah, she was here the whole time.
But you know what? How would he have known that she didn't come straight over there? Like, he don't know what time.
He got cameras and shit. That nigga knows that she was not there.
No, but I'm saying, like that night, how would he have known? Like, if she did go over there that night after she left Carrie's place, how would he have known that it wasn't right after they got into it? You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Because we don't know when, maybe, again, we filling in the blanks here, but I'm guessing she probably did not come the same day. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's why I'm guessing she probably came the next day. So that's why he went.
Because she was there, like, it was the daytime, like it was the morning. Yeah. So maybe I don't know.
But I don't think, the more I think about it, I don't really think she really fucking with that nigga like that no more. It's more about he can get me out of here and my kids than I want to be laid up with him.
So opportunist situation.
The more I think about it, she probably wasn't there that night because she ain't gonna want to sleep in the bed and all that with the man. Like, not.
What hell? I'm sure he got more than one room.
No, I'm sure he does. That's not what I'm saying. He definitely covered for her. He definitely know her ass was not there. Yeah. And he definitely know she lying to Zeke. Yeah. So there's definitely something more to unfold. Yeah. I'm just curious to see what's left for the finale.
That's gonna give him like fuel because I feel like it's nothing stopping him from like
shit got exposed about his age too. Yeah. Now, do you think Mecca leaked that?
Yeah. Who else knew?
Diana.
But why would they do that?
What's his name? Not Dante. What's the nigga name? Tejada. Tejada. What's his real name? First name. Yeah.
I don't think they did that.
Tariq knew
because they don't stand to gain anything from doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yes, they do.
Their ticket.
That's the point. So that's what I'm saying. The dad,
or the dad, maybe.
If he reported Zeke, then that kills Mary's plan. So that means he almost
the dad was
too
damn busy tearing up their damn room. I don't think he did that. I think Mecca probably did it, or something like that.
But what does he gain from that?
I mean, he's there fucking up all their shit.
His son.
And he wants them to like move away. He said, "Oh, well, he can move away out the country with us." Like he's there, literally fucking up all their stuff. So,
do you think he really cares about Zeke as his son?
The hell no! The hell, this nigga on assignment.
It's so many questions. I'm just
at this point, I don't even know if the nigga his son for real.
That's his son. Because I don't think Mary J. Blige would be saying that's his son and it's not. Because who else kid would it be?
I don't know. But it's just, now that I know he a snitch, the way he fits in with that, I don't know. I'm just questioning everything.
But he just became a snitch in his later life. When he was 16 with Mary J. Blige, he wasn't a snitch.
I know. Yeah. I'm just saying the fact that he is one, I'm just like, he fit. Like his only real connection to her is Zeke. But like, I don't know. I'm just questioning everything. But I definitely think he was the one who leaked all that shit. Because like, he been fucking up all that shit the whole time. Like, even the way, like when he tell Kane, "Oh, you should be controlling how things are going," blah blah blah. Like, you should be telling Tariq what to do. You ain't got nothing to do with that. Or you should be doing this. I guess
technically he do, because if he the supplier.
Well, yeah, but as long as your money coming in, what that matter?
I don't think it is. I think that's the issue.
But that was
especially when they come back and hit a lick.
You see what I'm saying? That was before.
Well, that's because he was trying to manipulate Kane and all of that.
Right. He just fucking up everything. Like, he basically making, like what she said, he's making it so they have to depend on him. Like, and that's probably so he can get them vulnerable and I guess then like tell on them or whatever he planning to do. But like, he messing up everything around them. Which is smart, you know what I'm saying?
It's literally like he knocking them off like a piece at a time. Like,
you know, like when they say you like conquer places or whatever, the first thing you do is you mess up this and then you mess up that and you mess up this. You can tell he has like a list of things that he's like
checking out boxes he's checking.
So I just don't trust him. But anyway, it was a very good episode.
Yeah, it was. I'm excited for the season finale. Yeah. Y'all know we'll talk about it on the next episode.
So for bringing the beat in, it looks like we're bringing some mess in.
Well, Mary say hateration, hollering in his destiny. Don't need dropping and flying broken, so you got to dance for me,
child. Okay, so if you're on Twitter or it's been on Instagram too.
And Facebook, I think that's where the original post was. Yeah.
Okay, so
because that's where people lose their mind on Facebook. Yeah. Y'all act like y'all ain't got no decorum.
Not decorum. Look, home training. But basically, this woman, she got on whatever it was post, and she talked about how she was doing a job interview, and the girl who she was interviewing asked for less than what they were willing to offer her. And what did she say? She said that was a lesson in something.
To know your worth.
Know your worth and like negotiation.
Learn how to negotiate. Yeah.
Hold on, let me go to it.
Actually, I think I took a screenshot of the post.
Real quick.
Yeah, I took a screenshot. I said, here's the lesson. Always ask for the salary you want. And then in parentheses, she said, deserve. No matter how large you think it might be. You never know how much money a company has to work with.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no little bit of money either.
Yeah.
They offered the lady $85,000 with the budget of $130K.
And so this is kind of like what we talked about when we were saying that, a lot of these business people, especially the black and brown ones, all skin folk ain't your kin folk. And just because you see black faces in your workplace, they really don't always be here for you. If anything, they be trying to make sure that they token spot is in order. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want any other black people coming in. And she really thought she was saying something when she did that. And she could have told that girl, or she could have messaged her. And I saw a thread where somebody was responding to her, and she said that when she was on a Zoom interview with a candidate, the girl said less than what they were offering in the interview, and she immediately ended it like abruptly.
Yeah, accidentally ended the call.
And then she called her and told her what to offer. Yeah. And that's the kind of like sisterhood, or
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to, as a good person.
Yeah.
Like,
she thought she ate.
I don't like that.
Give me that fucking plate because
I don't like that.
I hate, and we don't know if the person was black. The post didn't say black, but it did say another female. She said her.
Black.
No, the person who offered the money was black. I'm saying we don't know if the candidate was black.
Yeah.
But she did say her, which
she
to me
probably
is still even shady because why would you do that to another woman?
Yeah.
Like, it's just shady as fuck.
People don't always view stuff like that. I mean, that girl might have been coming in making more money than she did, and people just be hating.
And to me, that ain't
folks
fair.
love to be like, oh, when I was coming up, I
had to struggle. I had to get it from the mud.
Get out the mud, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, cool.
I'll never understand that. I'll never understand that why, like, people, like, in some cases, like, parents will make their kids struggle if they can provide for their kids just because they want them to not be spoiled and want to humble them. And my thing is, like, what's the point of working hard to be able to afford a certain lifestyle or afford certain opportunities just to turn around and then force other people to go through what you went through and or worse to prove some imaginary ass point and or listen? Because truth be told, you don't know what that lady that had to go through to get to this interview. She might have worked her ass off to get this however much money, and she might need this money. That money might not even be a drop in the bucket for what she really need, but this is just the opportunity to get her to where she, you know, can go. And a lot of these places don't be giving out raises like that. It might take her years to actually get to the salary that y'all could have just offered her. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. A lot of these companies, they super shady anyway. And, you know, they use COVID, especially now. They use COVID for every kind of excuse. So they could qualify they bullshit and they bitch assness and say, oh, well, that's what the budget is because of COVID and with money and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, ask for what you're worth, too. Yeah. Because we say this all the time at work when we be talking about houses and real estate. Offers are free. The only thing they can do is say no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you're the best candidate and they want you, they'll figure it out. And you can always, if you are unsure about something, you can always say stuff is negotiable. Like when they ask you, hey, what are you're whatever, you say, hey, my price range is this and this, but I'm open to negotiations. Like that leaves the, you know, it doesn't make you sound so like this is only what I'm taking, but you know, it lets them know, but this is what I'm looking for, you know. I would say start with more than what you actually want and then negotiate down and y'all meet somewhere in the middle. And then too, Google what people who do that role, Google what they made and see, because I know when we were working places, sometimes I would Google like how much people were making at companies, at real companies that were doing the same things we were doing, and they made substantially more money than we did and probably didn't even do as much work. Substantially more, and not even to talk about the money, substantially more opportunities. Yes. Like for growth, for development, for, you know, learning, for, you know, just different opportunities. So, or even just moving up in the company. Yeah. But see, a lot of these little like storefront companies that just started up and only got 2 employees, y'all can't move up because it's just 2 of y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I just hate that that happened to that young lady because that's not right. And the fact that homegirl came on the internet bragging like, girl, and I actually heard she lost her job. So good. Got what you deserve, because that wasn't nobody's business in the first fucking place. And then you know how much people struggling with student loans, rent is fucking crazy right now. Healthcare is crazy right now. Helping out their parents, you know what I'm saying? Just they might have survive. Kids, whatever. It's not your money. I don't know why people act like things at work are theirs. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they're gonna offer that girl, it ain't coming out your pocket. That ain't got nothing to do with your check. That's like when I used to work in retail stores and I used to see people stealing. and my products. But don't they tell y'all not to chase people anyway? Yeah. I was gonna say I wouldn't chase nobody no way. I would have been like the white, okay, they the Caucasians from Mount Caucasus. They gonna run after them like it's their stuff. No, I would never. Y'all can put all that stuff in y'all car. Y'all take that. Take that. Yeah, y'all can have that. Yeah, no. A lot of times they be needing it. If you come in the store and you literally putting on layers and layers and layers and layers of clothes, and you leaving your shoes in the box and you put the new shoes on and you walk out the store, I'm not stopping you. You needed it. And to me, I feel like people who really be stealing like that, You need it. Yeah, like you said, you need to steal. Like in my head, if you're stealing, you have to need like you because the level of to me desperate you gotta get to where you like steal.
It's not even like the level of desperate to steal, but like when you steal like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you stealing on a level of like, it's one thing to grab like a trinket, but it's like I said, when you
like people who go like take makeup or like whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, girl, I get that. Like especially when you in college or whatever, girl. Okay, get your things, whatever. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, I might have been there before, but what I'm saying is. What I'm saying is, when I used to work at like Kmart, okay, when it would be time for school to start back and people was going to college, they would literally get like comforter sets and you know, like how you can unzip it because in the bag, they would stuff the bag with stuff. And you couldn't tell because it's in there with the comforter. And I'm like, girl, if you doing that, take it.
Oh no, I know folks who was stealing groceries in college because they literally could not afford groceries.
They need it. And so that's what I'm saying. If you can speak up and help somebody else, that ain't doing nothing. Like that's nothing for you. Do it. Like
and that's what we supposed to do. Like I don't know who raised y'all chitterling eating bitches, but like I was raised in a household where like you're supposed to stand on the people. You know, you're supposed to follow in the footsteps. You're supposed to like. We're not supposed to be like the generation that come after me and Jessica. We're not supposed to be like, nah, y'all gotta learn how we learned and go through what we went through and what we know. It's supposed to be like, nah, little sister, nah, little brother, come here, listen to me. Let me show you an easier way. Let me introduce you to. If I don't know, let me introduce you to this person. Like, and that's to me one of the biggest issues that we have in our community. Like, it is Black History Month, so I'm gonna keep it real. Like, we do a horrible job of like supporting each other and putting people actually on. Like we love to like, you know, post the quotes and post the TED Talks and the videos and the, you know, be in the group messages like, oh yeah, I'm gonna support you sis and support you bro. But when it really come down to it, y'all don't be supporting these folks. Like, and I can even speak for myself. Sometimes I fall short, but I like make conscious efforts to try to at least repost stuff that I see, retweet stuff that I see. If I can't afford to purchase something, I want to always at least get that word out there. At least
do it for your friends and stuff. Like, I feel like if I know my friend or somebody has a business, they're a content creator, they have a podcast, or they make stuff, or they sew, or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't have it's doing nothing for me to post their stuff. Like, how's that hurting me? Like, at the end of the day, I think sometimes just because of how like our experience has been in this country, sometimes Black people, we're just like trying to hold all the things we can get like super close to us, and like everything is a secret and we don't want anybody to know, and you know, we just gonna tell these people over here and blah blah blah. But you can't live your life like that, and you actually setting us back instead of helping people out. You know what I'm saying?
And even doing
when
shady
they win,
business,
you win.
Like even doing the shady business deals. Like a lot of y'all know y'all be getting these folks to sign contracts that ain't nowhere in their best interest. Like I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and this lady was an artist, a painter, and she makes quilts and other things. And she said she worked with a Black gallery one time, and they took a couple of her paintings and they said they were gonna like try to sell them for her or whatever, and they were in a different state. And she said she was calling up there all the time, like, hey, have my painting sold? Have my, you know, has my artwork sold? They were saying, you know, no, they haven't sold yet, whatever. So she gets a call from like another place, and they were like, hey, we've seen your art before. Do you have any place like where we can come see some more of your work? And she was saying, hey, I actually have my art in this place, you know, museum here. Y'all should go check it out. People go to the museum, art ain't there. She called the people. They say, oh, my bad. We must have sold your art. And actually, we have a hard time, so we can't give you, you know, your compensation for the money. Y'all stole that lady's art. Y'all stole her money. And then gonna say we're Christian people and we don't steal and we have all intentions of paying back. And that lady literally said to this day the people have not paid her back. And it was Black. Like, that's the thing. And she even went to say, like, some of my best clients are white people. And I'm not saying, like, because y'all know we don't ride for us.
Very much so.
But I'm also a person of accountability. And me and Jessica have both experienced from people in our community, young, old, short, tall, you know, whatever.
Rich, poor, whoever.
Different politics, media, cooking, the mall, whatever, retail, all types of, walks of life, school. And we've experienced from Black people specifically, like, y'all being shitty ass individuals when it comes to business, mentorship. But then, when the eyes are on you, or when it's time to whatever, y'all want to, send this message of empowerment and upliftment and investing. And it's like, how can you say this is what you stand for, but then your track record shows this?
You're a fraud. And you really out here playing.
So I implore all people to do better. This is Black History Month, and we love to say, celebrate the past and, celebrate the trailblazers who have created a path for us. But, like, now it's time to me, like, my interest is investing in the future. I'm grateful for the past. I'm grateful for the trailblazers, and I'll never forget that. But at this point now, it's time to, again, invest in the future and start paying attention to the things that are going forward. The next 30, 40, 50 years. I mean,
it's always supposed to be that, like, when you get on and when you doing your thing, you always supposed to turn around and grab somebody else's hand. That's how we all win. And with us, as Black people, sometimes if we don't do it, nobody else will. If we don't, like, how Issa Rae says you can network across, because networking up sometimes is so hard. A lot of these people, as we just said, they shady as fuck. You might be trying to network with them, but they see it as an opportunity to take advantage of you.
Exactly.
Or to get whatever for free out of you because you need the experience or whatever. So networking across and just, like, actually being a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be a person of your word. Because I guarantee you, and I say this on here all the time, you're not going to get far in life doing people wrong. You can, but the energy you put out there,
and especially those who got favor.
Like, your work might be doing well, but your family might not, or your health might not, or whatever the case. Like,
and I was listening to something, and she said, watch out for people who are covered in favor. Watch out for people who got extra like them people who continuously falling down, but they keep, like, it don't matter what happened, they keep getting back up, because them the folks you don't really want to do wrong. I'm just saying, like, y'all need to watch, like, how y'all treat
that
folks.
Look like they own all the time ain't doing shit. For real.
So,
but
we digress. And we're gonna move on to, like, a more serious topic, just because I do want to acknowledge it, and I meant to acknowledge it the last podcast episode, but we got caught up in the conversation. And I tweeted this out and I posted it on my Instagram, but I wanted to say, like, we need to take a moment to acknowledge and pay attention to the high rates, the drastic rates that our people are passing away at, whether it be from suicide, which Regina King's son unfortunately committed suicide a few weeks ago. So we send our condolences to her family and all of them during this time. And even more recently, former Miss USA, Kelsey, am I saying this right? I want to make sure I'm saying this. Chesley, sorry. Chesley Christ.
Yeah.
Chesley Christ as well had an unfortunate passing due to suicide.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of not dive too deep, because none of us are licensed professionals on anything of that nature.
Of course.
But just kind of unpack it and talk about that, because it seems, and just in general, the rate that Black people are dying, because the other young lady who I'm so glad that they finally opened her case for a criminal investigation, who passed away from that, they said drug overdose, but she was laying next to this white man who they never charged with murder, didn't take for fingerprints or anything. And I forgot the young lady's name. Can you look up her name? I wanted to make sure we acknowledge it.
It's been everywhere. So
isn't it? I think it's like Leslie. And I would have Googled it on my phone. I mean, on my computer. I don't have internet. I said, you should have just went to Google.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now you good. See, Black.
Also, I wanted to say, while you're looking for that, did you guys see that they're actually charging for me in connection to Michael K. Williams passing?
Good.
And he overdosed
on fentanyl.
Yeah. And even with that, those kind of deaths, with the pandemic and everything, people have been really struggling. And you know, everybody's vice isn't the same.
Yeah.
So it's no judgment, you know. But that's also, I was so sad to hear that he had passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, drugs are, they're just one of those things. I know, understand it's an addiction, so I'm not gonna ever judge anybody because I understand. But the young lady's name is Lauren Smith Fields.
Yes.
And she was the one who went out on the first of all, the whole story, the way they put it out, they made it seem like she was on like some date with the sugar daddy or something, when in reality the guy wasn't even that much older. And then it's this whole story that she like went outside.
He looked old as fuck though.
Hey, you know white people age well. But there's this whole story that her brother came and she went outside and she could like barely. It's just like this whole like they just now 6 weeks after her death have turned this into an investigation, but have yet to. The last time I heard her family speak out, have yet to even test the DNA found at the scene. Yes. They didn't do anything as far as like testing the blood or the alcohol. They even said her alcohol level wasn't even that high, so she couldn't have been drunk like the man said.
Yeah, and I saw that initially, he's the one that called the police, but the police said they didn't really think that he was a suspect because he seemed like a good guy. Y'all,
I want to say, because all the internet usually during these times is like, when people pass, check on your strong friends, call your strong friends, make sure they're good, pay attention to the signs. But like, yes, that's true, but like, I say protect your friends. Like, I think it's bigger than checking on them, because sometimes you have to go the extra mile when you don't feel like you should. Yeah. Or when you feel like, when something's out of the ordinary, especially for when you really know people, it might seem something small, but sometimes that small thing could be that person, trying to cry out for help. Because it ain't easy for somebody to be vulnerable.
Definitely.
That's also what I want to speak on, is that we should have more spaces for people to be vulnerable. That's not just going to therapy.
Yeah. And I really do hate that, like, I don't know. I feel like Blackness, like a part of our like persona is like being so perseverant and being strong. And it's to a fault, really. You know what I'm saying? It's super hard to just even confide, even your closest family members, that you're really struggling. And I really hate that people feel like they have to struggle in silence, like they don't have anybody to go to. And I can only imagine, Regina King and her son, and then Chesley, they had families, and I'm sure they had lots of friends,
successful, or close to successful people.
And they weren't like down bad. They both had money, all that kind of stuff. I know he was a music artist and things. I know I'm sure he knows tons of people, but like, I can only imagine how people who don't have that feel. Exactly. Like, there's some people who really don't have anybody to go to, and they feel like that's their only option. And then when you're battling yourself, that's a hard thing to do. So, I get that. I feel like sometimes I'm the strong friend, because people rarely, unless it's like somebody super duper close to me, like my boyfriend or like, my close friends, but people rarely think like, it's not all good over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm just really good at hiding it, but I definitely be having my own little
I think
cry in the car struggles.
People think like, because I also make things into a joke as a coping mechanism. I think I've said this on the show before, but like, I'll say some shit, but then I'll be like, LOL, or I'll be like I'll say it in a joking tone, but like, what I'm saying, I be meaning, but the tone that comes in, I try to say it like, smooth it out, or make it go across a little bit easier. Yeah. So,
and see, that plays to what we were talking about before we got started, because maybe sometimes people don't really know like what the signs are. You know what I'm saying? Or when you know somebody, I feel like you can tell if they changing or they acting a little different. But sometimes I don't think, as Black people, Black people, obviously they commit suicide, but I don't think we take suicide as serious as we should. Like, when you tell a Black person something sometimes, or like my mom, I don't think she would think I was serious. She'd be like, your ass ain't finna do nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we always like think it's that deep. You know, like, oh, she told me something, but I didn't think she was gonna do that for real, you know.
I think sometimes it's okay to be dramatic in certain situations.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to, like, only because I guess I've been in certain situations on both ends of the spectrum. Because I've said on this show before, like, I've dealt with issues and things in the past. So being on both sides, where I've had friends like call me or like text me and be like, I don't want to be here no more, I don't want to deal with this no more, and then me being the person who was feeling that but I didn't have nobody to text, it's just kind of like, it's a very, like,
it's a thin line.
And then it's like, if you text somebody that and you ain't really about to jump off the cliff, then it's like, how many times can you really, like... A lot of times, a lot of people might feel like they want to end it all 3 days in a row.
Right,
And how many times... and not saying that there's a limit on it, but, like, it's a fine line.
Well, they might not take you serious every time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about that. Also, sometimes, and this is probably why people don't say nothing, but I think sometimes, I don't know if people understand how when you call somebody and tell them that, how much weight that is on the other person. Because I've had friends that call and tell me stuff, and, like, I'm not very good at comforting people. Okay, I be trying, y'all. That's not my strength. And I think that's because in my head, I just be like, bitch, get it together. Like, it's really not that bad. Like, we're gonna be okay. So in my mind, that's what I be thinking sometimes. People tell me stuff, I be like, that's really sad. That's so
It's so
sad.
funny too, because I think Jessica called me one day and I wasn't, like, having the best day, and I was like, I know you don't like to talk about feelings, and Jessica's like, bitch, it's you.
You can talk to me about your feelings. I don't care. But no, sometimes I'll be like, okay, dang, that's sad. I'm really finna give you 10 minutes, and then we need to see what time we recording the podcast. So I think sometimes I've had friends call me and they say stuff like that, and it just be on me so heavy. Like, dang, like, I don't know what to say to you.
Exactly.
Because, like, that's a lot. I don't know what to say. And then what I say to you could be bad. You know what I mean?
I think it's always to stay, if somebody really, like, hit you up on some, like, you have to stay neutral, like, real talk. And you have to be like, maybe you should call a hotline, or maybe you should, and then always, to me, I've always alerted somebody, like an elder. Like, I knew that knew them. So, like, if one of my friends, or maybe we had a teacher or a professor that we were both close to, or like a boss or something, I would maybe hit up that person and say, hey, so-and-so hit me up saying this stuff. And because sometimes...
Or somebody mutual.
Yes, because sometimes people just need that community. Like, a lot of the times, a lot of people feel like they back is against the wall and they looking around and they don't see nobody, and it's just like they need people, you know, they need to look up. They need to look up and see, oh, I have one or two people
a village
that at least want me to keep my eyes open today. So
now I'm not gonna lie, like, I have a friend who she would call me all the time, and, like, it would just always be, like, very chaotic things going on in her life. And what really kind of, like, ended our friendship was she had called to tell me something, and I gave her a very real answer, and she didn't like it. But at the time, I just, like, kept it 100% with her because I felt like she needed to hear it.
Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Why have we both lived the same life? Because, you know, I got caught up in a situation like that before, too. And, you know, I'm blocked on social media now.
Well, I was until last week.
Oh, no, I'm very blocked. And first of all, if we talk about this situation, I'm not going to say much positive things. Only because I be having a very, like, if you're my friend, then I'm going to handle you a certain way. Like you were saying, like, if you're my friend, and I'm not saying that my friend calls me and saying they're, like, at this point in their life, then I'm going to be like, nigga, get it together. No. But what I'm saying is, if you're my friend, my homie, somebody that I consider very close to me, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And if you hit me up and you, like, it's one thing for you to tell me, oh, like, my mother or my grandmother passed away, so I'm really having a hard time with this grief. Okay. That's one thing, like, that's somebody dying. That's a very, like, but it's another thing for you to come and say, you know, I have, for instance, I don't know, certain learning disabilities that might prohibit you to do other things at a certain level, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not what's the word? Because I'm trying to be careful with what I say.
I feel.
It doesn't mean that you're necessarily like clinically slow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, y'all? Yeah. I'm trying to, be very politically correct on here.
Walk the line.
And I say that only because I feel like, again, and we said this on the episode last week, that a lot of people use anxiety and depression and other things
as an excuse
or as a roadblock to say, I can't do nothing. And it's like, unfortunately, like, and I hate that this is the way that our country and, things are set up. You can't do nothing, for one.
Yeah.
And you can't, unfortunately, use that as your only reasoning to do
unless
nothing.
Your parents are like Elon Musk and them.
Or it's like an extreme case. Because, some people have very
of course,
extreme
there's some
cases.
people who really can't move out here.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm saying, unless you have some kind of, like, pile of gold in your closet that ain't nobody found out about, you still got to get your ass up and go to work.
Yeah.
So it's only so long. That's why my patience be short with people sometimes. Yeah. It's like, all of this stuff is happening, but like life isn't gonna stop happening. Yeah, like you gonna get past this and another thing gonna happen. So what you gonna do then?
Exactly. And that's like, my main point. That's my. Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I wish I could say this, but I don't want to be shady. But it's just like, well, fuck it. It's my show. This specific person. Then after me and them had the conversation and I said like, whatever I said and I made them upset, they then turned around and went on the internet and begged for money and ended up getting like a few $1,000s.
Oh, wow.
And that's not me hating on you. Like, I understand. And that's not me hating on them. Like, I'm not hating because you got the money. But what I'm saying is like,
okay, so that money gonna run out, and then what you gonna do? You gonna like not get a job? See, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's the after part for me.
Like, cause obviously I get sad, and I really get flustered when stuff just don't be going right. Exactly. Like after a while, that's my like tick when stuff don't go the way I wanted to, and I know I've been doing what I need to for it to work out. But like you can't. With my particular friend, the problem is they was the problem.
Yeah.
Like when different like life experiences be happening to you and the main common denominator is you putting yourself in the same position, do not call and tell me about it. And honestly, I think that's what it was. I had just got tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the past I would bite my tongue and like I wouldn't really keep it 100 and say that's your fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? You choose to align yourself with certain people all the time, and so you can't really get mad when that life catch up to you because you already know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I know power and all that stuff, BMF, and that's a show.
Yeah, that ain't real life.
Them niggas get cut at the end of the day.
Yeah.
In real life, you might go to jail, get your shit took. Get your shit rocked. Like that's a real life. And when you choose to do that all the time, and then you keep calling me, telling me all these Lifetime movie stories, I don't know what to do for you.
Yeah,
I don't.
Now my situation wasn't even like that. My situation is just like I don't. What be bugging me is that people be in decent situations. And then they take themselves out of decent situations and then be mad that they took themselves out of that situation and be like, well, life is hard. Well, you took yourself out the easy situation and went to a situation like, no disrespect to folks who drop out of college. No disrespect, because if you can't handle it, it's not for everybody. But when you decide to do that, you can't sit up here and complain that you got to pay bills and you got to now go to work and you now got to be able to do other things because you didn't drop out of college, because that's life. You can't just sit up here and not have bills.
You was gonna have bills and maybe be broke even if you finish college. So it's like you still gotta go to work. That's what I'm saying. My patience be thin because it's like, like with me, sometimes when I had the Honda and the Honda used to be acting a damn fool.
And that's I had to view it.
And with the kind of jobs we had, motherfuckers ran your car all the time, back and forth to City Hall
Or the Montgomery.
Or wherever.
Because I was going across the state.
Just remember the day of, we have an event. So, like, I'm out here, you know, trying to put water in my car before I pull off. But you trying to, yeah, like, so stuff like that is why I be mad, like, when stuff don't be working out. So I get it. But it's like, even when you get it fixed, it might, you know, run hot again. Like, it's kind of just like, I don't be knowing how to get past that. Like, every little thing can't break you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you know, I was talking to my dad, and my dad was like, look, this gonna be bigger shit. Like, when you get older and have kids or whatever, or you get married or you start a business, whatever, it's gonna be other shit. Yeah. Like, but God literally can't drag you kicking and screaming to the every level of your life. Sometimes y'all gotta be in the ring together. But he can't pull your arm every damn time.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta be fighting with him. Like, I don't know. That's why I be like, I don't be able to tell y'all, you got 10 minutes to cry on the phone with me, and then we got to go on and figure out what we're gonna do next. Because what's the solution?
Yeah. And I was listening to a podcast, and the guy on there, and I forgot his name, but he said something that he said Pharrell said that he saw in an interview, and he was saying a lot of us need to really reevaluate what nothing is, because a lot of us will sit up and say, I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing. And we be having a whole hell of a lot more than nothing. Like, I've even had to check myself,
man,
a lot of times, because I'll be sitting at home thinking like, well, I ain't got this, and I can't do this, and I can't go here, and I can't do what I want to do. But then I sit up there and I be like, but it's women out there that can't even fucking get a tampon. And that's real talk. Like, the
glass is always half full, for real. It just is. Sometimes when you focus more on what you got and what you don't got, more will come to you. Exactly. But when you sit at home and you just be like, so, and I'm talking to myself too, because I'm very much the kind of person, I'm hard on myself. So I don't know. You just have to like refocus your energy, definitely. But I can't do the pity parties all the time. Like, it weigh on me. Like, I already be kind of like dealing with my own stuff. So sometimes when I hear that too much, like, it be getting on my nerves.
And especially, I ain't gonna lie, for me, I'm getting to a point where if it ain't like, because for me personally, I'm on extreme shit right now. So the shit I'm dealing with is on the far end of the spectrum. Yeah. So when you come to me with some 1, 2, 3 level ass shit, I'm not gonna, I don't have the capacity for it. Yeah. Like, I just can't, because I'm gonna tell you, like, bruh, or sis, or whoever. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah. See, that was my part. I think that day, I was just kind of like, no. Yeah. So I just. And
sometimes we gotta tell folks we can't. I've also learned that too. Like, I've learned that sometimes we have to tell people, like, I don't got the capacity to be that type of friend right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
And if that's really your friend, they got to be able to handle that and understand that. Like, sometimes handle it like, and I don't think, like you were saying earlier, a lot of people don't realize, like, when they call you or whatever, they taking their baggage and now, like,
dropping it on you.
They add extra rice to your plate that you didn't even ask for. And now you subconsciously or consciously worrying about shit that don't even honestly got to do with you.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and that's not saying not to support your friends, but what we're saying is like,
I mean, no, that's not what we're saying at all. It's just like, your friends got to be there carrying the weight with you.
You got to try.
It's like, you can't help nobody who don't want to be helped.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So anything beyond what your friends can do for you, like, seek some real help.
Exactly.
But like, you can't get mad at somebody if that's what you do all the time. Just sometimes, I think, see it from their perspective. That's all. So the last topic, the question of the day is,
could you, and this is based off of Drew on Power, because y'all know we love it. We just love the show.
I love him.
Could you marry a man who was willing to play a non-heterosexual role in a TV show? And the question was originally like to make ends meet or something, but I didn't like that, because I feel like when you put that on it, it's a lot of shit that people do to make ends meet, you know? Like,
and that's true.
So I want to just say, like, in general, because I'm pretty sure he's not just working that job so they can keep the lights on. I'm pretty sure it's a passion of his.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? I'll let you answer this, because I know you. Look, I know. Go ahead.
Y'all, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm going
and I
to
know
say,
that's bad. I know the world we live in. You have to be accepting, and it's okay, and everything.
but I mean, if you don't want, I mean, I feel like there's a line between okay, I can accept what somebody do, but it don't mean I gotta be with the person.
Yeah, no,
You know,
definitely. As for me in my house, I don't know. I don't know. Just like the guy on and by the way, this came up because Drew from Power is married.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't know, of course you know Drew is gay on the show, but he's very much married in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So what's his name from P Valley?
Which one?
Lil Murder.
Oh yeah, Lil Murder. Yeah,
He married too.
Yeah,
and he plays gay on the show. You know what I'm saying? So obviously him and his wife don't have a problem because I just saw him post about her birthday, and they very much happy and married.
Lil
But
Murder's married.
he fine as hell too.
He is fine. He like round the way homeboy fine, and that's what I like about it. It's like he fine, but he ain't like too fine.
It's like he drive an old school.
Yeah, he's like just fine
or a little challenge or something. He very fine. But yeah, I don't know if I could do that. If it was like a movie role or something, maybe. But like I don't know about years and years and years of you like.
If it was a hit TV show like Power, I wouldn't give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
cause like what you really gonna say? You with that nigga who kissing on the hit national TV show? Yep. and we cashing the checks. Like I would like but if it was just like a little. I ain't gonna lie.
See, that's why I said a movie, because I feel like maybe if it was a movie, sometimes movies don't even have like a whole lot of sex scenes. It might be like one, so it could be like one scene and done. But the fact that like,
and they ain't never had a sex scene. Granted, theirs has only been majority kissing. I think, right? We ain't never seen them like. Ooh, all right there. Like, the Power be having sex scenes.
Yeah.
And I don't think
they definitely insinuate.
Oh, no, they definitely be on third base.
Yeah.
They be on third base. But they don't be hitting the home run.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
I think I could. I'm going to say,
ooh,
I could. Yeah. As an actor. Now, what I could not do, and I remember watching this documentary one time, and they said that, like, non-homosexual actors, or, like, I don't know if this was porn stars or actors, but the non-gay ones, but who play gay roles, get paid more money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it because they have to convince them to do it?
I don't know if it's about the convincing, but and this was a long time ago. I was definitely watching something I wasn't supposed to be watching when I was watching it, but it was a documentary, real talk, and I think it was they were asking this very question. I think they were interviewing male porn stars, and they had their partners, and they were with women. And they were saying, well, like, one of the reasons why I don't have a problem with him doing this because he gets paid like double.
Yeah.
To do it.
Just like everything else, I think it's just it's more of just a preference. Because I feel like it would kind of turn me off a little bit.
Now, I don't know if I could watch the show. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to, fully at least watch the scenes where, just because I don't know if I'll be able to handle that if it was my man. I'm just like, I'm very much so my man. I don't want nobody touching him.
But if it was with a woman, I don't think I would be as, like, against it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I want to see it of a woman either. Because
it's more, like, if your man is an actor... Like, okay, let's say DeVal on Sisters or whatever, and we all know he's married to Kadeem. I fucking love them. He have like, kissing scenes or whatever, like scenes where he's all up on women. Yeah. So obviously he's coming home to his wife and his kids. I wonder if she watches those. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like she does. She doesn't give me the type of energy but this is just me. Yeah. And I'm saying this probably at the very beginning, but the more I probably get like in the relationship, I probably will watch. Yeah. But
I guess it's just, to me, it seems like an easier pill to swallow if it's like a hetero. Whatever your relationship it would be easier. Is. Yeah.
But
like if I was gay and my girl was with another girl on TV, I probably wouldn't feel a way about it. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, if it was a man and his man was with another man. But I guess because, I don't know, you just have to be one of those people that's okay with, like, bisexuality.
I don't think I would mind. I really don't. Like, I think, like, initially I wouldn't mind, but I think, I ain't gonna lie, what would make me mind is if it became a thing, like, to the world. So if it became like every time we went out, people was like, "Yo, niggas sleeping with niggas." Like, how you feel about that? Now, I think I would get to a point where it'll be like, okay, but this is a fucking character. Like,
they definitely with him, especially though. You know how sometimes on movies, like the two main characters, whatever, they try to play it off like they're actually dating, just like while they're doing the press run.
Yeah,
like that's the first time I ever heard of him being married. Like, I would have assumed he was gay from watching, because I don't never hear nothing about him. So,
but a lot of them, I don't know. Like a lot of the stars outside the main people, I don't know nothing about.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like it seems like they kind of keep it like so authentic, you'll be invested in the character.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Just like how some celebrities like be fake dating just so they can get like the press or like, you know, just get their image up or whatever.
I remember when everybody said Lloyd Harvey and Michael B. Jordan were dating for our press release.
Oh,
2 years later, these niggas still together. Look at
that lady.
Who would have thought we would have?
Who was it? That lady said they was in separate rooms or whatever.
It was a whole bunch of rumors because he was having that movie come out on Amazon Prime, and everybody was like, "Oh, he just dating," because you know they were saying he don't date black women, and he got the movie coming out.
I mean, honestly though, that shit made sense.
It did.
They was fake dating.
Maybe it started off as that. Maybe it started off and then he
now
was
they
like,
really like
maybe
each other.
she actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
And she looked at it, she was like, maybe he actually kind of
maybe they got a little contract. Like we gotta at least do two to make it look real. I don't know.
We know they got the same shit Will and Jada going on.
Right. Yeah.
They got a partnership.
Right. Yeah. So ain't no telling with celebrities at all. But I just know they do stuff like that to kind of like kick shit up. And
Beyonce told us best. What's better than 1 millionaire?
2. You know, I don't know. You know, it's like Justin and Britney. Like it could have been fake.
They really could.
You know what I'm saying?
That probably
People
was,
just be like kicking it in the media.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still thinking about this question. Could I? Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I could. But he can't be into that shit in the bedroom. We had this conversation. Like I don't, and I say this because I could not date, me personally could not date a bisexual man. So when I say he couldn't be into that shit in the bedroom, like, okay, you play a gay character on TV, that's fine. But I personally could not date a bisexual man or a pansexual man or anybody who's into anything but women who were assigned female at birth.
Yeah.
I think that's about as politically correct as I can get. Cancel, please don't, cancel.
But see, that's why I said that earlier. It's kind of crazy. Like people want you to be so accepting, but then when you just tell them what your personal preference is, your ass is wrong.
But then we'll get the people like the niggas from Fresh and Fit who will be like, well, I told y'all I don't want to date black women and that's just my preference. So
well, that's true. That's true.
Are they right?
Well, on their own show, they can say what the fuck they want to. But I feel like we have a right to disagree with it. So I guess
it's also
people,
the way.
Yeah,
and that's what we've been mad at is the way they say shit. Because they say, yeah, I don't date black women. And then they say, I don't date them dark-skinned women, the Sharkeishas, the uneducated, the blackies, the darkies. That'd be the shit that bothers us. It ain't the fact that you don't date black women. It'd be like, you don't date black women with all this extra shit on top of, that you add on top of it. So, yeah, they still right.
I guess so. But I guess, too, if we're playing devil's advocate, somebody could be like, oh, well, why don't you date, like, transgender guys or whatever?
Or men who are interested in transgender women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a no for me, dog.
But no, because that's not the same thing. Because then that has to do with your sexuality and what you're actually into.
And see, that's how I feel.
That's sexuality. That's not preference.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Because my sexuality is I'm attracted to hetero, cisgender men.
That's how I feel also.
That's not the same thing as me saying I only date white men or I only date people of a certain complexion. That's not a sexuality. Not yet.
That's how I feel. Also,
not yet.
Not that we know of.
So I think that's where we start to get to that fine line because there's always that question. What's the question? Dang, it was just on my tip of my tongue. should download men like tell people like because then it's like, well, what if he don't feel comfortable letting folks know he's gay yet or bisexual? And then
but at the end of the day, if you engaging in sexual acts with people, whether you down low or whatever, you should tell your partner.
Oh no,
your partner has the right to know.
But that's what a lot of people say is like,
See, and that's how they qualify people saying like when straight men end up like talking to or hollering at like a transgender woman, and she'll say, "Oh, well, I didn't want to say anything because he probably wouldn't like me anymore or whatever." Like, but why would you even want to date somebody who you have to like deceive from the very beginning? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. Like, if you gonna talk to somebody, like, you ain't got to trick them into doing it. Just find somebody that wants your ass. Like, that's even with us. Like, like
I think you should be honest going into any type of dating situation, whatever the fuck you got going on. Like, I don't care if you like to keep stuffed animals underneath your bed. I feel like you should tell somebody about that. Because if I come into your house and I look under the bed and there's a bunch of little stuffed animals, I'll be like, this nigga weird.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to leave. Yeah. But if you tell me beforehand and you explain to me, oh, I keep these stuffed animals made because I got kids and my kids come in here and hide them under there. Like, then that make it smooths it over a little bit, you know?
Or at least, okay, since that's a sexual thing, tell them that before y'all, you know, do the do. But like, if you know you was assigned something else at birth or whatever, and you know they think you was something else,
even if you down low, because that's really like, y'all, I just went and got tested the other day. I was negative, you know, and all of that. But when I went and got tested, they were telling me, like, specifically here in our city, Birmingham, the amount of like HIV cases, because there are men out here that be sleeping, that literally, in the words of the person who tested me, sleeping with niggas all day, then going home to their wives. Y'all need to, like, to me, it's just so fucking inconsiderate of somebody's health to be doing all that and not even like, just be honest. Like, I get like you might not want to live your truth, because the person even said like a lot of people get the thrill of the adrenaline of being on the down low, but to me it's like when you start putting other people's safety in jeopardy, fuck the thrill of it. Like,
and not only that, your own.
Exactly. Yeah.
You trying to die for some sex. Nasty. That's crazy. That's really crazy.
Again, go get tested, y'all. Please go get tested. Have protected sex and have safe sex and talk to y'all partners and make your partners go get tested. Like,
that's crazy. I think that's all we got for today, people.
It's raining. It's been a rainy day. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain in the background, but it's coming down kind of hard. But talk about this. Spotify, I don't know if Apple, I don't know if Spotify, I don't know, the devil, that's who it really was. The devil tried to stop us, because I got so many messages, and I appreciate y'all been supporting us, and this lets me know that y'all like are looking forward to the episodes now on Fridays, because so many people hit me up and was like, hey, the Spotify link ain't working. The link ain't working. I went to this and I ain't see it, and for whatever reason, I have no idea what the fuck happened, but our shit was gone. Completely like evaporated, disappeared, couldn't search it, Google it, nothing, wasn't popping up. So, you know, I did what I had to do, and I breathed whatever.
And right now, let's give it up for you,
the real R&B king of the world.
Let me tell you something.
Because I did it real quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Start something with somebody who dedicated,
who believes in your dream, and who ain't doing this shit for the money. Because if I was doing this shit for the money on my mom, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here right now. When I tell y'all, I called Jessica like, we still recording today.
I already knew what that meant.
I've been in a little pissy ass mood because of this weather and because of whatever.
Pissy ass down.
And then Jessica was like, well, I think we should record. And I was like, yeah, we do got a good momentum.
She was like, well, you know, we have been consistent. And I was like, yeah, I know. So that's what I want to do. And she was like, I'm on the way. Yeah. Bring your ass on.
And we here. Like,
bring your ass on. Come on.
I don't know what happened, but we appreciate y'all the DMing and the calling and the texting and the everything. And we are back up and at it.
And actually, I think this is better, because even before, there are some episodes that wouldn't play sometimes. So it's actually probably better that we did it this way. And I'm just happy. I'm excited for this. This whole thing has been going so well. You know, we have a few little hiccups, but
They ain't stopped. Ain't shit stopped the show.
I'm excited
because we still been consistent. We didn't drop an episode in some form or fashion for the last month. So,
very proud of us.
And I'm gonna continue this throughout. We gonna continue this throughout the year. Hopefully we'll start bringing some guests really soon.
Yes.
Because I have some folks I want to bring on the show.
We got a whole little list.
So we're excited. It's Black History Month. So take this time to not only relish in the history of the past, but relish in the history of the future. Learn some shit that you ain't never learned before.
That's one of the. We're gonna need to talk about that next time. Right it now. I have much to say.
Yeah, not that I'm tired of the past, but I just feel like we keep getting told the same stories. And again, this is a conversation for another episode. So make sure y'all follow us on all our platforms. We got YouTube, Spotify. We should be on Google Podcasts now too. So I need to double check on that. But I know for a fact we're on Apple again, Spotify again, and y'all know we have the YouTube. And that's all can be found at @_BBPC, Instagram.
It's down below.
Twitter down below. It'll definitely also be in the little drop down on YouTube. And y'all again can follow me at the real Abani Ayana on Instagram, and then _Abani Ayana _ on Twitter.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Jessie JESSI _ Monique on Instagram, and then the same thing, but Monique with 2 E's on Twitter. And we thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about our podcast. And if you have a podcast, leave your shit down below. Like we'll shout you out.
Yeah, we'll post it on the page. Not the page, but the story.
Yeah. Let us know if you want to come on. Anything. We love it. So.
We're down to collaborate. All of that, like we always say. But y'all be safe out here, because I heard about all those death threats to the HBCUs and stuff like that.
Oh my God, yes.
So y'all be safe out here. Make smart decisions, and we love y'all. And we will
When the
catch y'all
revolution
next
comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes. When the revolution comes, some of us will probably catch it on TV with chicken hanging from our mouths. You'll know it's revolution because there won't be no commercial.